Hello and welcome to my channel. Are your project meetings dragging for a long time? Are your project meetings not giving you outcome? Don't worry, you're not alone, but it doesn't have to be that way. So in this video, I'm going to take you through the process of running a very effective project management meeting. If you're a project manager, aspiring project manager, practicing project manager, this video is for you. It is very apparent that as a project manager, you're able to run effective meetings. Why? In most projects, a project manager is always chairing the meetings. So if you're chairing the meetings and you don't know how to run them effectively, you will not achieve what you want to achieve in that meeting. So I'm going to take you through step by step with different sections on how you should run your meetings effectively if you're a project manager. So let's get started. So the next section, we are looking at how to drive engagement in a meeting. So there are so many different ways as a project manager or in a project environment where you can engage participants, or where you can drive engagement from participants. So that is what we're going to cover in this section. Okay, part one of the section is always encourage active participation. Don't go to a meeting as a project manager and you're dominating the whole meeting. Each and every point, it's you to talk. Each and every point, it's you to decide. Each and every point, it's you to guide. That does not constitute a meeting. As a project manager, one of the things you need to do is to learn to listen. I've done a video on the lessons that I've learned as a project manager. You can also watch it. And one of the most important lessons that I've learned is to learn to listen as a project manager. Throughout my experience, that is what I always do. In a meeting, listening attentively and talking less, you gain more than talking more and listening less. So that is very crucial as a project manager. Always have active participation from the members. Ask for their inputs also. And also, if you think the active participation is being affected by your presence, then try to rotate the facilitation, either from you, from someone else who is senior from the project. I've seen that working in my environment. There are certain meetings, they are more or they are better being chaired by a technical guy, because it's a technical meeting, than a project manager. So as a project manager, you can also become a participant. But just make sure that everyone is participating in the discussion of the meeting, whether it's for brainstorming, whether it's an update, or it's for decision making. I hope you're enjoying the video so far. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to click the like button, subscribe button, so that you're the first person to be notified each time a new video is uploaded on this channel. And also, when you're driving engagement in a meeting, just make sure you don't go off topic. I've seen scenarios in one of my projects where a project member, instead of focusing on what we're discussing, because they'd delayed in the completion of some of the deliverables, they were trying in a certain way to divert us or to digress us to discuss something off topic. So I had to bring back the meeting to the right topic. I had to ask everyone to focus on what we were doing. So most projects, there are so many discussions that are done, either with the vendor, with the implementation partner, or subcontractor. So when you're running some of these meetings, like what I normally do, always try to use visual presentation where it's possible. Visual presentations, they have an advantage of making sure that people are looking at the same thing, people are understanding and appreciating the same, they're discussing on the same item. So every meeting room, try to make sure that at least you have some whiteboards, or at least you can even use the Kanban boards, just to make sure that things are very clear. That is very important. You should always have some visual representation of the discussions, especially if it's a technical discussion. It's not very easy for someone to be describing things like this. But if you give them a pen and a paper, or if it's online, they use the whiteboard software, then they can demonstrate exactly what they mean, or they can explain further what they mean for a certain concept. That is very important to clarify things in a meeting. If you want me to do another additional video based on what we have discussed earlier in terms of how to effectively run a project meeting, or you have any questions or clarifications, let me know in the comment section below.